All right, let's get to it. Find out what that news be doing. What you need to know about the U.S. fusion energy breakthrough. This was the announcement.
At the Livermore National Laboratory in California, scientists at the National Ignition Facility achieved fusion ignition. And that is creating more energy from fusion reactions than the energy used to start the process. It's the first time it has ever been done in a laboratory, anywhere in the world. Simply put, this is one of the most impressive scientific feats of the 21st century. Researchers at Livermore and around the world have been working on this moment for more than 60 years. So, what does this accomplishment do? Two things. First, it strengthens our national security because it opens a new realm for maintaining a safe, secure, and effective nuclear deterrent in an age where we do not have nuclear testing. Ignition allows us to replicate.
I don't like the fact that, like, her, like, what does this mean? And the first thing she says is, like, fucking, using it as a weapon or a deterrent for weapons. Like, what? I was excited about this because it might save the fucking planet. Because this might be a source of clean energy.
For the first time, certain conditions that are found only in the stars and the sun. And the second thing it does, of course, is that this milestone moves us one significant step closer to the possibility of zero carbon, abundant fusion energy powering our society.
You've either heard of RSV before.
On Tuesday, the Energy Department announced a long-awaited milestone in the development of nuclear fusion energy net energy gain. The news could galvanize the fusion community, which has long hyped the technology as a possible clean energy tool to combat climate change. But how big of a deal is the net energy gain anyway, and what does it mean for the fusion power plants of the future? Here is what you need to know. Existing nuclear power plants work through fission, splitting apart heavy atoms to create energy. In fission, a neutron collides with a heavy uranium atom, splitting it into lighter atoms and releasing a lot of heat and energy at the same time. Fusion, on the other hand, works in the opposite way. It involves smushing two atoms, often two hydrogen atoms together, to create a new element, often helium. In the same way that stars create energy. In that process, the two hydrogen atoms lose a small amount of mass, which is converted to energy according to Einstein's famous equation E equals mc squared. Because the speed of light is very, very fast, is that 300 million meters per second, even a tiny amount of mass lost can result in a ton of energy. Up to this point, researchers have been able to fuse two hydrogen atoms together successfully, but it's always taken more energy to do the reaction than they get back. Net energy gain, where they get more energy back than they put in to create the reaction, has been the elusive holy grail of fusion research. On Tuesday, researchers at the National Ignition Facility at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California announced that they attained net energy gain by shooting lasers at hydrogen atoms. The laser delivered 2.05 megajoules of energy and created 3.15 megajoules of fusion energy, a gain of about 1.5 times. The 192 laser beams compressed the hydrogen atoms down to about 100 times the density of lead and heated them to approximately 100 million degrees Celsius. The high density and temperature caused the atoms to merge into helium. Pew pew! Yeah, I have no idea what I just read to you guys, but I found this little piece where Michio Kaku, one of the leading theoretical physicists in the world, was explaining it, so maybe he, a fantastic science educator, can explain it better for us. Michio.
Who knows? Perhaps by mid-century, there could be a fusion reactor in your neighborhood. A whole lot of scientists are sounding downright giddy. They're excited about what could become a safe, abundant, and clean source of energy: nuclear fusion. It involves combining atoms, and it's what powers the sun. But here on Earth, scientists have struggled to get more energy out of the reactions than goes into them. A source says the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California figured it out.
The holy grail of energy research is to put the sun in a bottle. And that's apparently what they did in California.
It's taken decades of research around the globe to reach this point.
There's an old joke among physicists that fusion is that technology. It's just a decade away and always will be.
Experts say it could take years more for fusion to become a large-scale commercial energy source.
The scale, of course, of the market and the need of the market is so enormous.
Whoa. Well, if the market is a hindrance to harnessing this power, then fuck it, nationalize it.
Fusion is that technology. It's just a decade away and always will be.
Experts say it could take years more for fusion to become a large-scale commercial energy source.
The scale,
Exactly,
of course, of the
Pax.
market and the need of the market is so enormous that that hopefully multiple of us in multiple geographies be able to lifting this out of the R&D into the real commercial use.
Some climatologists were quick to tweet they think the world should use existing renewables in the meantime.
It certainly will mean a lot more investment and a lot more debate about
That is a
priorities
worry.
as other renewables like solar and wind are about to explode.
That we have this breakthrough, and then people will be like, oh, well, this is a reason not to convert to solar and wind energy, as they're about to explode, as dude just said. But it's still very cool shit. Still, I don't know shit about science, so it's hard for me to give any insight. But it sounds like a very neat thing going on.